designed to warehouse those citizens who are unwanted. It's set up to warehouse the unwanted. So most of the people that you find in prison, there is a targeted, systematic plan to herd them into these warehouses. Why? Because we don't want you here. Now, so for years, the target was the black male. But to be honest with you, they've locked so many of us up that it's very little meat on the bone. So now they're going after the black woman, which is one of the reasons that black men and black women, we have to be more united now than ever before. We don't need to be going into their courts trying to solve problems that we can solve in our own community. You know why? Because a black woman thinks she can walk into a courtroom and use the law to hurt her husband or her child's father or whatever. But what she doesn't understand is that that judge don't give a doggone no more about you than he does about him. And at the end of the day, he'd be happy to kill two birds with one stone. And that's what's happening in America. So they brought us here 460 years ago to use our hands and our strong backs to till the field and to pick the cotton and to dig the ditches and to clear the underbrush and to build up the White House and everything else that we did to build this country. But they don't need us anymore. They've got machines that pick the cotton now. And we're at the point, we're so sophisticated, we ain't trying to pick no cotton anyway. You know, we don't even want to work at McDonald's, which I don't understand. So, you know, my advice to brothers is to go out and create a job for yourself. Because if America doesn't have enough jobs to give their own white folk, then you're not going to get one either. We got to create jobs ourselves, and that comes through unity and cooperative economics. But they have nothing else for us to do here in America. Pharaoh has let us go. He's let us go. And so instead of us roaming around, because we're still making babies, you got to remember that white folk are at what they call zero population growth. That means they're like a hamster on a wheel. Every time a white person is born, one dies. They not growing. But the sisters, walking around pregnant all day long. And let's not talk about our Latino brothers and sisters. They're populating big time. So this is population control that we're dealing with. And we have to be wise against Pharaoh's plan to lock us up and to destroy our future. We as a people, we have a bright future. And just as Joseph became a master in the land where he was once a slave, I believe that President Obama's presidency is just a sign of our future. We're going to run this town. We're going to run this thing. My man, Dr. Ben Carson said that he don't believe a Muslim will ever become president of the United States of America. And I did an interview the other day about that. And I told the interviewer, well, you know, that was a time when we didn't believe that a black man could ever become the president of the United States of America. I mean, we thought that was the biggest pipe dream ever born.
Who would have ever thought it?
Yeah.
And twice.
Right. But
Right.
But he was in front of the White House shaking hands with the Pope today, and his middle name is Hussein. So we don't believe in the impossible.
Right.
Yeah. But that is the fear. The fear is that we brought them over here as slaves. And just as Joseph became master in the land where he was once a slave, what's going to happen if black folk take over?